Surrender yourself.
I just helped you. Why did you attack us?
You're not feeding us all with your bread and pennies. Hand over your goods and grub, or face the consequences.
We're begging you! Stop! We surrender! Take us in!
Why did you attack us when I already gave you food and funds? Do you have other mouths to feed, aside from what we see here?
They seem trained.
Of course we're ordinary people. We just joined the exiles recently. We've done some wrongs. We tried to run from the patrollers and left the city, but dang! Didn't know the battles up north were so crazy.
Then we ran out of food and cash halfway, so we turned to thieving. We ain't got the balls to rob the army, but with stuff just sitting around, why not? Hey, since you're being so generous, how about you throw a little extra cash our way? There's a bunch of us, some injured too. Your first amount ain't gonna cut it.
No, wait. What I gave them was more than enough for them to make it to Jinzhou. I used to travel alone when I left my master. I know—
Hey, what's wrong with you, girlie? It won't hurt to give us more.
Pain comes with coveting.
You don't understand.
I came from a— If you really can—
Hurry,
No, I wasn't—
Really? I see. The military's base is not far from here.
What do I think of you?
The thorns are blocking our path. Weird. We'll have to clear them before we can reach the beacon. Oh, please be careful. They look sharp. Maybe we can find something nearby to help us deal with them.
My luck seems better with you around.
Master Tianxing, are you alright?
This is my first time on a battlefield. It feels so different here.
I know another shipment of supplies has just arrived. I've confirmed it, but it's not nearly enough. We must reach out to the city again and demand more supplies immediately.
But the approval process is going to...
Tell them it's an emergency. We are working around the clock here. Any delay could mean the end of our defense. Do they not comprehend? Here's a list of what we need. I'll talk to them if you can't make them listen. Now go, go, go! Move, move! What is it? Why are we still not done You new here? Are you backups too? Wait, you don't look like one of us.
I am Yang Yang, an outrider of the Midnight Rangers, and they are...
Excuse me, one moment, please. Careful! This chest holds vital medical supplies. If the wounded return and find an outrider. So, you were part of the backup force, right? Now, oh, sorry, have to answer this. Yes, what is it? An overclocked resonator. Understood. I'll be there immediately. I'm sorry, could you do me a favor? The wounded soldiers are being sent back from the front lines. We need someone to escort them to the medics, but I've got to deal...
What exactly do you need us to do?
Just make sure they are safe. The medics will take care of their wounds. Thank you.
It's so busy here. It looks like they don't even have the time to catch their breath.
Supplies, medical care, equipment maintenance, personnel management, and logistics. They must carefully manage these matters to provide vital support for our fighters.
So this is what a real war looks like. I had no idea it could get this bad.
Most people would never have the chance to witness any of this. I think this is exactly what our...
Like I said...
Please calm down.
That's barely a scratch. That's not...
Stop squirming, will you? Please, hold him still.
Sure. Are you all right?
I'm okay. I'm just a little... it's okay. I'm fine.
I'll go find a medic.
Thank you for your assistance. You must be tired.
They look badly injured.
Don't worry. They've received proper treatment now. They'll recover in time. Thanks to General Jian, we've seen a significant drop in the number of casualties. I've heard from veterans that soldiers used to, but things have each injury. Resonators in the Midnight Rangers are...
They are the one...
Please don't put it... Now that they're all...
Thank you.
The quartermaster isn't...
Rover, where are we going next?
Here are some recipes.
Oh, great.
Have you confirmed the inventory? What about the spare list? Sort out the consumer. Ewer, deliver this list to Asher. You're not Ewer.
Excuse me. I'm an outrider of the Midnight Rangers. This is Rover, and this is Master Tianxing, who came here to look for someone.
Jinzhou is the gateway to Huan. The tacit supply. I saw you help arrange. Thank you. Juyen, so he never sent a letter? The Midnight Rangers are no longer recruiting non-resonators lately. Now, we sent him back to the city time and time again, and he just kept fighting with the battle escalating. It's getting increasingly dangerous out here. I shouldn't keep him. Oh, now I remember.
Sure. Please excuse me. I'll join you later.
What are you doing? Oh, please excuse me. It's a type of old-fashioned explode. While Tacitus, the hand grenade. Well, it's not a current.
Master Tianxing?
Yes, I found Juyen. We will return to the city with Juyen is a man full of courage. Influenced by the journey with you has exposed me to immense suffering. Countless lives have been lost in this. Master Rongfu once I do share some. However, Juyen disagreed with the intense I too found what Juyen said was reasonable to an extent. And I couldn't change his mind. I didn't mean to beat him up for nothing. My masters taught me valuable lessons through spar. The shape changes, but not the forms. Yes, I pretended to lose. After our fight, Juyen admitted he saw the gap between resonators and ordinary. He realized how he was just trying to convince himself that he could make a difference, not wanting to acknowledge his— I heard you two still have other matters to attend to. When you have the time, let's catch up at Liu Shan Tea House. It's my great pleasure to have met you.
Us running into Master Tianxing was a— Have you thought of something, Rove?
I think...
So Madam Magistrate wants to tell us about if those tacit discords break through our defenses. We haven't reached the front lines yet, but I can already smell the iron.
General!
Follow the Qinglong. To war! Retreat to advance. Seven.
Wind Rider. Time to fight back. Bide the time. Retreat to advance. Tell truth from facade. Don't you worry. Wind Rider. Time to fight back. Tell truth from facade. Fear no more. Wind Rider. Tell truth, I can take it. Finale. Wind Rider.
What's the matter? Are you all right? Oh, I was worried. You just stood there and gazed into the distance.
It felt as if I was seeing through the eyes of a tacit discord. I think I saw what was happening in the Norfall Barrens.
An imposing warrior wielding the power of a Qinglong. The front lines are not far from here. General Tian must be there, fighting along. It doesn't seem like a coincidence. Your vision. It might be what was happening on the battle. The battle itself is a clear sign of an anomaly. The streams from the Norfall Barrens feel more suffocating than ever. Something on that battlefield must be connected to resonate with Rover?
According to Baiji, the leaf showed residual fluctuations of tacit discords. Those fluctuations pointed to a certain set of coordinates.
And that is Qichi Village in the Central Plains. As I make myself reflect on my goals and Rover, perhaps...
Unexpected discovery. to death!
Leave it to me. An oversight.
Administering first aid.
Rejuvenating snow. Appear before me.
Target confirmed. Fight for me. Keep your eyes open.
This must be the place. I sensed something ominous from the leaf back there, but I couldn't pinpoint its source. And now, the hatred and pain is so strong in this place. I don't even need to concentrate to feel it. Rover, something terrible must have happened here. We have to be cautious. This is a tacit field. Let's take out those tacit discords first.
Exterminate. It's time. War spares no one. Who's the prey now? Sever! Fight for me.
Leave it to me. Appear before me. Appear before me.
Administering first aid.
Appear before me.
Stay behind me. Lotus pervade!
I think I found something, Rover. Watch out. Something's not right.
Brother. Brother. Help! 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 Help!
It seems to only repeat these lines. The tacit discords attack other living beings because they need to feed on those frequencies. This one probably devoured the frequencies of turning the last bits of a human's consciousness into such monotonous mumble. I'm sorry. No, that's beyond my ability. I just sensed some complex feelings from it. A mixture of deep sadness and eager anticipation. Rover, I think I know what's going on here. It seems to be begging for help, but it's not asking us to help it. I can sense the pained cries of this tacit discord. The village is crying, waiting for rescue. Something truly awful must have happened here, and the victims' reverberations still linger. Based on the evidence we've found and the condition of these ruins, that perhaps the tacit field has kept this village from being discovered. Or maybe someone has been intentionally There must be something we can do. We may find the victims nearby. I'll inform Chuzia about what happened here. Can we continue our search before the official investigate? Sorry, I know it doesn't sound very convincing. It's just a hunch of mine, and thank you, Rover. Please stay vigilant. As for the little one here, let's leave it be. Ritualistic? Why are they? They seem to build. I remember.
I see.
The area is a mess. But look, there are many footprints here. Someone was injured. These cards. Ah, I see. The Fraxidus is likely behind it all.
The Fraxidus?
Yes. I don't know much about it. It's a group of extreme
Fusing humans.
We've seen signs of their presence in Jinzhou. Left by lower above the artificers are the overseers. Leaders with no one knows their there is one particularly insane overseer. He's crazy even by Fraxidus standards. A man who sees no they belong to this one over if he's responsible for what happened to these villages. Huh?
Guess you won't need my self-introduction. Oh, I spent so much time on it. If you need to hear it from me, then yes, I am Scar. Cruel and twisted maniac. We deserve a meeting free of such disturbances, don't you agree? The girl, she's gonna sway your judgment. Don't worry, I don't plan to make you hate me just yet. She is safe now. Well, let's just enjoy our time together for the moment. Forget about that irrelevant person, will you? To begin with, I heard you've lost your memories. So, it's true. That makes sense, given how fragile you were when you woke up, or I would have questioned the authenticity of those rumors. So you noticed. Oh, I am flattered. No need to be so on edge. By now, you should have realized I'm just one of the onlookers. But out of all the onlookers, I'm the only one who came forward to meet you with absolute honesty. Before you knew anything about this world, you were already the center of conflict. You are the unknown variable we've been waiting for. Forces have been fighting for possession over you. From the moment you opened your eyes, everyone you've met, including that girl you care so much about, they all knew how valuable you are. The world is a cruel place. You are a living, breathing person, but that's why I'm here. Because I see you as a dear friend, and I want to tell you the truth. But truth hurts sometimes. I know you are not one I can sway with simple words. My goal is simple. Come on. As you learn more about this world, and before that, I don't want anyone to disturb my precious alone time with you. That's all. Why do you have to assume we are the culprits? Maybe you should be asking me what actually happened. I won't tell you everything just yet. That's too boring. So go ahead. What do you see? Bravo! Didn't think you'd catch on to that. Now, what is the conclusion you've drawn? How typical. The age-old tale of savage wolves and helpless lambs. Good and evil as clear as day. But let me ask you this. Do you truly believe the real world can be that simple? Let me give you a couple more tips. The truth is far more complicated than you think. First, who are the players in our tale? An innocent girl, a revered leader, and a flock of simple villagers. Next, what makes up our main plot? False devotion, fleeting kindness, collective deceit, senseless killings, and the one vulnerable soul. Now, Rover, the story is yours to spin. I'm eager to hear your version after you've learned more. Our story begins here. Once upon a time, in a peaceful village, lived a flock of carefree lambs. In the day, they toiled for food, and when evening fell, they sought refuge from the looming threat of wolves. Fables, stories told and retold through the ages. The ancient art of conveying hidden truths through fiction. But they always draw from real life, don't they? The same story gets told by many, and each person brings their own spin. Their own. Whatever you learn from it is just one of countless different interpretations. Like us now, caught in a carefully crafted plotline, a scheme I had no hand in. This village marks the beginning of my story with Jinzhou. So that magistrate led you here to meet me. One day, a shepherd visited the village. The shepherd brought them promises of abundance and protection. No, quite the opposite. The shepherd's arrival is only the beginning. With a wave of his hand, the shepherd could grant their every wish. His flock obeyed, bowing their heads, pleading for better food and shelter. They no longer had to struggle for survival, as their once meager lives were replaced with endless luxury. The flock worshipped their shepherd-turned-god, praising him and holding him in the highest regard. What's wrong? Does my story make you uncomfortable? Imagine you were one of those lambs, facing irresistible temptation and pressure from your peers. Wouldn't you bow down and beg for food from your master? Oh, so we agree already. You are right, but the world we live in falls short of our ideals. The shepherd still reigns, and the lambs have grown complacent. It's up to the two of us to make that ideal world a reality. The lambs reveled in endless bonfire parties, celebrating their new god. As each night passed, it was the only one to notice how its flock was dwindling away. Rover, do you think someone would give you what you want without taking anything from you? I once believed that too. Thought as long as I paid a high enough price, I could get my desired outcome. But true equality is scarce, always has been. The world was never a fair place, wouldn't you agree? To receive equal retribution, one must give more, and more, and more. When every wish comes with a hefty price, people weigh their options carefully. When they can make someone else bear the price, they all rush to make more wishes. They don't consider they too may one day... Funny, isn't it? Later, the shepherd openly blamed the black lamb for the flock's decline. On the next day, the white lambs welcomed the rising sun as usual, but the black lamb was nowhere to be found. The shepherd introduced an unspoken rule to this village. One that our black lamb violated by telling the truth. Suddenly, the once doting god stopped fulfilling wishes because no more sacrifices were being made. After witnessing the black lamb's actions and hearing from their almighty shepherd, what do you suppose the white lambs did? Ah, those oblivious lambs. Well done. You didn't let any details slip. Now, I wonder, what is your takeaway from this story? Answer me and I'll reveal the truth of what happened. Who was the real culprit behind the diminishing number of lambs? Indeed, the direct culprit was the shepherd. He held all the power, fulfilling wishes at a price. The lambs knew the risks, yet succumbed to temptation. Unfortunately, in the face of such temptation, they disregarded all the hidden risks, as disaster had yet to befall them. If they were given another chance, I believe they would still choose the same path. Inevitably, they accepted their fate and paid the price when their time came. Now, my second question. What price did the lambs pay for their wishes? They must have poured their sincerity into it, no doubt. But that's not much of a price, is it? Here's my final question. What happened? Don't rush, Rover. What is the truth you've uncovered?
The shepherd was granting wishes by sacrificing the lives of lambs. The flock never found out about it. They were deceived to believe the black lamb was the culprit.
Almost there, Rover. Little lambs cowered and huddled in their village, terrified of the relentless wolf packs. Until a shepherd arrived, bearing the gift of wishes and providing shelter and sustenance. Slowly, the shepherd gained control over the flock, and the lambs lived contented lives. But this is not the end of our story. The shepherd found the solitary black lamb in his flock and offered to grant any wish it desired. In exchange, He wanted one of its companions as a sacrifice. The black lamb refused, and it was shunned by its flock, left without shelter or sustenance. After the black lamb's exile, more lambs continued to vanish. The shepherd then blamed the black lamb for breaking the rules and withheld his wish-granting power as punishment. From the very beginning, the lambs knew the risk of making wishes. They too could become sacrifices for those of others. But they always believed it wouldn't be them. Meanwhile, some lambs reasoned that since they had already risked being sacrificed for someone else's wish, it was then only fair to pass on that risk for a chance at fulfilling their own desires. So they continued to play the game. They all knew the consequences, but chose to remain silent. Fearful, yet greedy, they followed the shepherd's orders and made wishes again and again, until one day, a brave black lamb spoke up, shattering the flock's facade, their illusion of a peaceful and happy life. Black lamb got in their way, and that of the shepherd's greedy pursuit, sparking hatred in their hearts. Suddenly, they could no longer ignore the blood and ashes of past sacrifices littering the ground. How do you like my story, Rover? What really happened here? I suppose you already have it figured out? The black lamb who rebelled against the rules, and the white lambs who succumbed to their greed. The innocent maiden sacrificed, and the villagers who turned on it. They had it coming. All the shepherd had to do was execute the rebel. That's how he kept the flock in check and maintained the status quo. Fun answer, but no. Not even close. I was never the shepherd. Never will be. You and I, we are the black lamb. The one who breaks the rules. Interesting, Rover. I'm liking you more and more. Well then, let's see if this black lamb is going to end up like you say. Welcome to the realm of endless chaos. Now is your time to think, Rover. What is the right path to take? Oh, you found us already. Shake and shiver, blink an eye. A flock of lambs comes passing by. A fleece of white, black, and red. Who's the sweetest one ahead? Watch out, my dear. Your pioneers are lying at your feet. Don't look back. Join them on the Don't rush. One slip and you'll shatter to pieces.
Who's the prey now? How dare you! Sever! Fight for
me! Such brutality! Can't you see? We are... Tell me, do you want to be the rule-setting shepherd or the rule-breaking black lab? If a sane person manages to survive in a realm of lunatics, would you call them the last one of reason or the sole apostle? Think about it. The shepherd is not the preordained embodiment of truth. Once he is gone for good, the Black Lab can reclaim the trust of its herd. Then, eventually, there will be none left to be victims or oppressors!
Rover!
Rover? Rover! Stay away from her.
Didn't you promise to leave me some alone time with Rover?
With one condition. I do